Alright guys, so I want to show you some different core power exercises you can do. First one, make sure you got a nice stable wall. That's why I was not in the garage for this one. Rotational slams. This is one I've been doing for a long time for power. Against the wall, feel free to use a wall ball as well. It's going to give you a lot more kickback though, so just be careful when you watch here and notice. Keeping it about chest height, rotate hard. You can always do a little bit lower. Next one's going to be power slams where you're rotating your body. Clearly this is not an action that I do that often because I am not moving very quickly. But it's definitely a great one. You got a little more bounce against your wall, against that solid wall there. Those concrete blocks, I didn't get very much power. Next one's going to be your sit-up and chuck, not toss. You want to throw that and chuck it as hard as you can. The goal really for something like this would be to get as much power at the bottom and slam it. Try to toss it away from you before you get all the way up in the sit-up, so it's less arms and more abs in the output. When you're seeing it here, looks like, boom, I'm a little bit delayed in those, and as I grab that wall ball, I can actually generate a little bit more power. I'm a little bit lighter compared to that 15-pound med ball. And, oh, yep, there's some kickback. Oh, Gigi just hit herself with the ball. That's nice. Some entertainment for you guys. Another one coming up, it's going to be this rotational slam, all about those obliques. Big power through those obliques. After all, they control a lot of our rotation, anti-lateral movement, anti-rotation. So you are in all the power, rotational power there. A fantastic one to do. You could also, of course, do this standing with the wall ball, like in that first video. Here's me getting up to switch the camera. Really nice. I guess I decided I didn't want to edit that out. Really nice quality here, guys. But just from a different angle so you can see it, what I'm trying to do as well, like you see with the standing version, is generate as much power in the rotation as possible. See me starting to cry a little bit there because this is tough. Heavier the ball, harder it's going to be. You can always use a slam ball in the place of that wall ball. I do like to alternate between the two just because with that type of ball there's not a lot of bounce, which of course would mean a little bit more generation of power. Next one's going to be your sit-up and toss, where you're just trying to do is toss that ball up in the air, high as you can. Again, try to generate power on the way up. And I brace my hands really tight, take a big exhale at every rep. Pressing all the way up. Heavier the med ball, harder it's going to be. If you don't have a med ball, you can always do a sit-up and heavy press. Think push press like you would do on your feet. This one's going to be sport specific. So you've got either a tennis ball or a tiny little medicine ball, which I have here. And you notice here what I'm doing is doing that crunch, that flexion of the spine, slight rotation, and powering up and through. So all of you that are throwers out there, baseball, football, big power rotation. Even my boxers will see some benefit from this. I saw this originally from a guy named Alex who runs the Real Game Athletics Instagram page. I don't really know the last time he posted it, but I can always include the link to that Instagram below if you want to see his athlete do it as well. Do this with a tennis ball or a baseball or a softball. Rotate and explode up. It's a little bit of rotational power on those upper abs, obliques, and what you're getting in one of my favorite muscles to work, the serratus. Super awesome to hit that. And make sure you kind of keep your glutes tight. Change that angle a little bit, experiment with it, and see where you feel it the most. And now we're going for that big slam all the way to the top for that kneeling med ball slam. This is a great one. You'll see when I start to get lazy, I sit back a little bit more, squeeze those glutes tight, try to stay upright as much as you can. You don't want to use your legs, you don't want to use your quads, you don't want to try to engage your hamstrings. And this one is a great exercise if you've got any kind of band. This happens to be a crossover symmetry band. But if I were to fix this exercise just a little bit, I would bring that band down slightly so it's in line with my upper abs, not as high up. You're rotating. Your foot is rotating, that back foot. Glutes are as tight as they can. And this one is all about the rotation of the foot as well as the med ball. Around the world slams. Do this with a kettlebell as well. I've done this before with the kettlebell around the world swings. You'll notice that rotation. Boom, foot, boom, big slam through the obliques. Lots of power there. All right, guys, so that is the core power exercises. Put them together, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, maybe even 40 seconds. Definitely more exercises out there. I'd love to release some more in full workouts, but I would definitely combine those together, especially if you got a med ball. Rotational power is really important for sports.
really important for low back strength. And I definitely recommend trying some of those exercises. Comment below which one was your favorite.